on WFA Reborn. Moshpit gets put under the microscope. Can he contain himself, or is someone in for the thrashing of a lifetime? Let's not waste any more time. Let's get to it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another stacked edition of WFA Reborn. We're kicking things off hot with some women's action, and stay tuned because we have some very important news regarding the WFA Women's Championship.
Introducing first, from Providence, Rhode Island, she is the bad guy, Roxanne Fury.
Roxanne Fury making her return to the WFA arena here on Reborn with a massive challenge in the form of our coveted former women's champion Luscious Latasha, who is coming back from injury, trying to ascend the ranks and challenge once again for that WFA Women's Championship. The bad guy, Roxanne Fury. Saw her in four-way action to challenge for the Women's Championship. On that occasion, she came up just a little bit short, but made an impression with WFA officials, and she is back, ladies and gentlemen, looking to conquer the rest of the women here in the women's division. She's gonna need to unleash Fury because her work is gonna be cut out for her in the form of Luscious Latasha, who I consider the measuring stick in the WFA Women's Division.
From Boston, Massachusetts, Luscious Latasha.
Again, coming back from an ankle injury, she rushed back a little too soon with the current women's champion Davienne and did more damage, but she is back now, fully healed it seems, and ready to once again conquer the division she claims as her own. Loves to have fun, but loves to get it done in the ring. And Roxanne Fury is a tall challenge for her coming back off that injury. We'll see how that ankle holds up in competition here tonight. Said the measuring stick of the women's division, but perhaps the flag bearer. She wears that WFA logo with pride. Very happy to be, very proud to be at the top of the mountain. But not quite at the tippy top, as that championship is not around her waist, and she would love to change that here in 2026 after losing it to Davienne. But now with an injury behind her in the rearview mirror, it's time to focus, time to get back to work. As both women talk a little trash here, locking up. Center of the ring, and Roxanne imposing her dominance, slamming Latasha face first into the canvas to kick things off. Latasha, of course, a veteran, is just going to have to shake that off and come up with a game plan here. Again, a second time now, driving Latasha's face into the canvas. Wake-up call to what's awaiting here in this landscape-changing women's division as more and more challengers have been stepping up. We see a lot of new faces here, and we're loving the competition, and Latasha loves it as well. She is now raining down with some forearms, snaps Roxanne right to the center of the ring, and a low drop kick there to the back of the neck, and she's got Roxanne reeling here, coming off the ropes. Oh, twisting splash, got a cover, but just a one count there on Roxanne, it looks like. Latasha, we have seen in some of the most heated, some of the most vicious women's matches here in WFA history. But watch out, wait, Roxanne trying a side slam, but getting caught with the head scissors takedown from Latasha, coming in now, patented Latasha, offense with a splash against the ropes. And we got a cover now, hook of the leg, 2 in, oh, kick out by Roxanne Fury here. Latasha looking great. Latasha looking like her old self here. That's the Latasha we need in 2026, and she just eats a drop toe hold into the middle buckle. Hopefully didn't taste the steel there behind that turnbuckle padding. And Roxanne now a little confident in herself. She's got Latasha where she needs her, and up drives the boot through the soul of Luscious Latasha in the corner. And now can Fury mount some offense here, going for the cover, center of the ring. Smart tactic. Shoulders were pinned down, and a near fall from Roxanne, going for a second one. Latasha, though, too much in the tank still in this one. Not going to give up that easy. Fury now scooping up Latasha. Going for a body slam, drives her into the mat. Now going for a cover again here. Oh, barely a 2 count that time. Latasha is not happy with how this match is unfolding here. And Roxanne Fury has to keep that pace now, as the fans now want to see Latasha get back in the fold here, and it looks like she's going to comply with the audience. But Fury driving her right back down to the mat with a right hand, and that's all it took. Fury, obviously the taller of the two, gonna have a couple advantages in this matchup, and she is trying to impose her strength here on Latasha. Oh! Driving a boot now, clipped her in the jaw, it seems. That could be it. Leg is hooked, shoulders trapped too, and that's all Roxanne Fury's gonna get on that exchange. And now furious with the referee, but again, she has to stay on top of Latasha, a former multi-time WFA Women's Champion. Roxanne Fury has to keep the pain coming. Giving too much time to Latasha could cost her, as we seen earlier. Now, hook in, looking for a suplex. Oh! Tossing Latasha across the ring, cover. Shoulders again down on the mat, but just a 2 count once again. Roxanne Fury learning very quickly what it takes to be championship material here in the WFA. Latasha is no slouch, very well decorated here in the New England area. It's going to take a lot more to put away the former champion. And now looking to shoot Latasha off the ropes perhaps. Getting a couple shots in though before to make sure she ain't going anywhere she doesn't need to be. Here we go, measuring her. Latasha though, neckbreaker! Great counter. And now giving herself a little time to recover is Latasha.
What?
Both women down after that exchange. Latasha looking to get back out to her feet, looking to pick up some momentum after that swinging neckbreaker out of nowhere. As she now rises to her knees, but Roxanne Fury not far behind her. Is it time now for Latasha to pick up the pace? In comes Fury, and oh, eats nothing but an elbow there in the face. Now Latasha needing a little bit more time, finding a boot there to buy her the time she needed. Now meeting Roxanne in the center of the ring with strikes. Latasha can bring it, no doubt about it. Those solid forearms reeling Roxanne Fury to the corner. Reverse of that Irish whip though as Latasha eats the buckle. In comes Roxanne and misses with that splash. Latasha coming in now with that hip attack. And now that side kick. And Roxanne on Dream Street here. We got to cover. Count and just a 2 count though on Roxanne. And Latasha frustrated, but you got to remember, coming back from an ankle injury, she's got to dig a little deeper here to find that confidence, to find her mojo. As she now looks to try to put away Roxanne Fury coming off the ropes, and Fury with other plans in mind catches her waiting in the wings and drives her center of the ring. This has got to be it. Leg is hooked to it. Oh! Latasha digs deep, somehow finds a way to get that right shoulder up at the last second, and this match is still underway. And as we await the news of the WFA Women's Championship, take a look at Roxanne Fury. Oh, I thought that was going to be it. Latasha had it scouted though. And now, inverted DDT drops Roxanne Fury on the shoulders. No legs hooked though, and only a 2 count there on Fury. Latasha giving up that size advantage, but we've seen the size of her heart time and time again in precarious positions. And Latasha scouting Roxanne Fury here. Oh, there's the kick. And if you've ever watched WFA Reborn before, you know that that's all said and done when Latasha gets that kick in.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Luscious Latasha.
And will 2026 be the year of Luscious Latasha? Only time will tell. But a fantastic performance, a fantastic way to kick off the new year here for our former women's champion. And hopefully that championship will be back around her waist before the year is up. But as we've seen with Roxanne Fury, with so many more faces coming into the women's division, that is a tall, tall task ahead of any woman looking to claim their stakes on the women's championship. As far as the WFA Women's Championship is concerned, here is the news. Davienne is injured and can no longer fulfill the commitments of the WFA Women's Champion. So, our co-general managers have agreed to strip Davienne of the Women's Championship. And next week, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to crown ourselves a new Women's Champion. One-on-one, it's going to be our top contenders. Vile and Nat Castle one-on-one for the WFA Women's Championship. So make sure you subscribe and don't go anywhere because we got plenty more action coming down the line. But if you're in the New England area and want to catch us live, there's only one way to do it. Catch the following video to see when we're live next.
Ladies and gentlemen, accompanying me in the ring at this time, please welcome the rock and roll animal, Nick Robles.
A new face to the WFA scene, you'll love to see it. Nick Robles, the rock and roll animal, has asked for some time on the microphone. About that, ringing a cowbell. But Nick Robles, yes, usually when a professional wrestler comes to WFA, they want to prove themselves in the ring, but Nick Robles, he is dressed for action, but wanted to do some talking first, asked specifically for this time on the microphone. I don't know if he's gonna rock out a little bit here. Very proud of that cowbell, though, I'll tell ya. But should be focusing maybe perhaps on a different bell ringing rather than that one. Nonetheless, here we are, Nick Robles about to speak. Of course, we're excited for next week with that Women's Championship on the line.
I watch Family Guy, pal. Now, I think we're all aware that it's Thanksgiving season, right? This is a time when we all reflect and think about what we're thankful for. And all of you have something to be very thankful for tonight. The fact that I, Nick Robles, the rock and roll animal, came to this backwater hamlet that you like to call a city?
Come on.
To wrestle in front of you creatures.
Nick Robles, not making any friends here tonight.
But the one caveat with that is, I don't think anyone back there has the cojones to come out and wrestle me. But I will give anyone on the WFA roster a chance to prove me wrong. So come on out, hit me with your best shot. Let's you get rocked. Ow!
What about that? Nick Robles issuing an open challenge. He better wrap this up soon, though, because I'm looking at the call sheet here.
Nobody? Yeah, they're all cowards, just like everyone here, huh?
I'm looking at the call sheet, ladies and gentlemen. And it's time to turn the dial up.
And
because he is invading the time of Moshpit.
Weighing in at 221 pounds, Moshpit!
And Nick Robles came here to rock and roll, but he is about to collide with the heavy metal weight, the former WFA champion Moshpit, who has been in a foul mood for quite some time. Who has been laying waste to all of his opponents, costing himself matchups with disqualifications after losing that championship. He has been beside himself, and we've been seeing a very different side of Moshpit here. Oh, look at that. Robles looking to jump the gun here, but getting nothing but a handful of mosh across his chest, ripping away at the flesh with those knife-edge chops. And now Moshpit, again, 2 overhand chops now for good measure. And Moshpit, like I said, has been in a foul mood. We're gonna thrash all over any and all adversaries. And Nick Robles was taking up way too much time, and Moshpit thought now was the time to do some damage. Moshpit coming in on Robles, but Robles sidestepping him there. And kicking at the leg, the thigh of Moshpit. And now looking to do some damage and capitalize on a mistake here, as Moshpit was a little hot-headed coming in here to this thing. And Robles now taking full advantage. And Moshpit in a ton of trouble here as Robles continues to work at the leg of Moshpit, and that'll negate a lot of Moshpit's offense. Robles going to impose his dominance here. Perhaps take the crown of Moshpit as the resident rocker of the men's division. Again, torquing the ankle, the foot, and the knee of Moshpit. Moshpit looking to escape, though. A great counter there, sending Robles to the canvas. And Moshpit really trying to fight out of the situation here. Doesn't want to be in any more of those locks on his leg. And Robles tossing with a fisherman. Here we go, cover count, and just a 2 count on Moshpit. And Robles, in a great mounted position here on top of Moshpit, raining down with those forearms across the face, the grill of the former champion. And Moshpit, man, ton of trouble, but Robles making his mark nonetheless. Robles really doing some damage, and again, management has stressed at Moshpit that he could face some severe repercussions if he were to get himself disqualified. So Moshpit trying to keep it in the ring, trying to keep his temper under control. As you can see, a little bit of a battle mentally here with Moshpit in the ring. Now Moshpit scoops him up and body slam. Down goes Nick Robles. Welcome to the WFA. Welcome to the pit. Now coming in, Moshpit able to sidestep it here, up and over, and Robles up on his feet from the back. Suplex attempt and a chop block takes Moshpit back down to the mat. And Robles looking to capitalize once again here. And dropping that famouser. But Moshpit up and ready for a battle. Or at least he thought he was until he ate that crescent kick across the jaw. Ladies and gentlemen, it's over. No! Moshpit at the last second.
That was 3.
Robles thought that was it. I thought it was it. So close.
Should have been a 3, which it was.
Moshpit getting that shoulder up, though, at the very last second. And Robles, what's he doing now on the outside of the ring? You gotta believe Robles has been watching WFA Reborn here each and every week. It seems like he knew Moshpit was going out. He seems very well prepared for such a talented competitor, and now bringing a trash can into the ring. Perhaps all part of a game plan, knowing where Moshpit's headspace is at as he comes in hard. Moshpit able to block, though, for the time being. Kick to the midsection. Wait, the referee warning Moshpit. He knows what's at stake here for Moshpit's career. And come on, a low blow from behind. Nick Robles did his homework. He knew exactly what he was doing and taking full advantage of Moshpit, taking full advantage of this situation. But oh, look at the face, look at the eyes, seething. Moshpit has had enough of the rocker, causing the disqualification. Nick Robles getting his just desserts here, courtesy of Mosh. And here come the officials, here comes management to try to break this thing up a little bit. Moshpit has been warned not to get himself disqualified, not to bring weapons into the scene. Nick Robles, though, I would argue, brought it in himself. And oh, Robles with a second shot across the skull. What is next for Moshpit as he finds himself in limbo here? The crowd chanting for one more time.
And your winner by disqualification, the Hawk!
Moshpit tried his best, but Nick Robles poked the bear one time too many. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens to Moshpit after that. Nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget next week we crown a new women's champion. It's Vile, it's Nat Castle, it's WFA Reborn. We'll see you next time. The bell rings.